Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch and my producer, Nick. How are you, Nick?
Doing good, doing good. It's still a holiday season. We're still in it for another few weeks, so
I
yeah.
know I fucking hate the holidays. And you know what? This podcast is going to be playing on my birthday. Yep. My birthday is on Tuesday. I will be 49 fucking years old. Can you believe that shit?
No, I hopefully you finally get some action.
Well, it's not that I couldn't go up to the local bar and get some, but it is what it is. Now I kind of feel like I want to hold off. I want that shit to be special. I don't want just some pickup at the damn bar. Yep.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said in one of my earlier podcasts, this shit's golden now. I gotta make somebody work for it. Seduce me, man. I ain't giving it up.
No, maybe you'll do another movie and it'll happen because it seems like the sets you're on. It seems things always heat up around there.
Exactly, exactly. No, I have been going to the movies, being on these movie sets and shit like that, but we'll just have to take it one damn day at a time.
Yes, and if anybody has any questions for you, ericadyerpodcast at gmail.com. Send your questions there and we will answer them.
Absolutely. The more questions we get, the better it is. Because then I know what to talk about.
Speaking of which, all right, we have a comment from let's say FJ. I think Erica is super hilarious and I interesting and I love her attitude. You have me always checking my phone for for the new podcast. Keep doing what you're doing. Hope you get laid soon, but don't let him put it in your butt. Definitely don't marry the guy.
Fuck no, I am done with putting it in my butt. Unless I really like the guy. I ain't gonna lie. Not that I like anal sex, but I mean, if I really like the guy, I might let him. I don't know. Get a few shots at me. We'll see how it goes.
And so we actually have a question from
Okay.
we'll just say the name's Big. There are three names there.
Okay.
We'll just say Big. Erica, I'm all caught up on the episodes. Loved hearing about the breakups and holidays. Here's a question. What kind of vacations do you like to take? Do you like the beach, shows, activities, or what? When was your last trip? What's your next planned trip? And do you have a bucket list trips you absolutely must go on?
That's a lot of questions there. Well, I love anywhere and everywhere for vacation. But you got to remember, I travel for work too. So I've been going up near Chicago for work. I just recently got back from Kentucky where I was filming a movie. This year alone, I think I've been to New Orleans. That was for vacation. It was one of those women's group things, rah, rah, rah. We're a big women's group um, that love to travel. Um, and then I was out in California. So I do love to go anywhere and everywhere. Now, what kind of vacations I like? Well, really just depends. I mean, I am a certified scuba diver. So I love the ocean. I have gone skydiving. So anything that I've gone several times actually. I am not, it's not a certification per se, but I have not reached the level of being able to free dive. I do not do tandem when it comes to skydiving. So it literally is me jumping out of a plane and hoping that chute opens. Um, but it's not free fall. Free fall, they take you up higher and you actually jump and then you pull the chute yourself. I'm still at the level where they have a strap attached to the plane. So as soon as I let go from the plane, this strap pulls my chute. So I'm still at that level. But so I am an adventurous person, But then again, I also love just laying around, whether it's just laying on the beach, sitting on, a dock somewhere. Love it all. I do. I love it all. My next planned trip, I will be out in New York at the end of November, beginning of December. I'm going to be filming another movie out there. So I'll be in New York, probably over near the Long Island area for about a week. But that's what I have upcoming.
All right then. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the whole skydiving thing scares the shit out of me. I can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. I have a niece that's in the Air Force, and like apparently she's done it like 500 times already. Like she can do it in
Oh,
her sleep.
Jesus.
She can do it in her sleep now.
Hmm.
Like it's ridiculous. I'm just like, good for you, kid. Not for me. You enjoy that, but I'm gonna stay here on the ground.
Oh, it's so funny. And you know what's funny about that? I took my older son skydiving when he was like 19 years old. First time I ever went skydiving, my older son was 3 weeks old. Um, yeah, he was 3 weeks old. And I wrote him a letter in case I died because it was my first time skydiving. But I took him skydiving when he was 19. And it was so funny looking back. I'm a terrible mother, but looking back, I wouldn't let him do tandem. I'm like, I'm sorry. If I'm going to jump from a plane, I'm not going to have some guy's junk up against my ass. I'm sorry. I'm going to fucking jump from a plane. You're going to jump from a plane, and we're going to hope that goddamn chute opens. That's just what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And before he got on the plane, I looked at him all serious and I was like, son, I just wanted to let you know if anything happens, I love you. And then I laughed and got on the plane. And he said it wasn't until that moment he realized, holy shit, I could die. What? Because literally, as soon as you are out of that plane, your chute is open and you are on your own. You have somebody on the ground guiding you, telling you, now pull this strap. Now you got to go to the left. You got to go to the right. Now pull them both down, so you can land. But you are on your own. You could fucking die. And I guess I scared him.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, there's no way I could do that because I have a problem with heights. It's like, yeah, like just even the idea of floating down is just like I couldn't do that either because
it's beautiful.
it would take 30 minutes for me to get down to the ground or something. Just floating down, it's like I can't do this. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work
It
out.
really is. So you know what's funny about that? The last time I went, because they made me, because it had been so long, they made me go through the little training thing again, and it was this old Vietnam vet. Then he said that, back in the day, how they learned to skydive, they would just all fucking get drunk and shit and get in the plane and just start jumping out of the plane and shit. So he was so damn funny. And he told me, he's like, well, if you jump and your lines are twisted up, because your chute's not going to open or you won't be able to close your chute to land. He's like, just remember, kick in the opposite direction of how it's twisted. Kick, kick, kick. I'll be damned. My lines weren't fucking twisted. When I jumped out of that plane, it was the only time I've ever had it happen. My lines were twisted, and I had that dude's, I could just hear his voice clearly. Kick, 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 kick. And I kicked my way out of untwisting my lines and was able to land fine. But yeah, you could fucking die, break a leg or some shit.
Yeah, shit like that would scare me. I'm just like, all right, the line twisted and I made it down safely, but never again. I'm just gonna sit my ass on the ground.
Yeah, actually, I asked my son if he wanted to go again, and he said no, that was good. Once was enough. And then my younger son, he won't go with me. I was gonna take him when he turned 18, and he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, come on now, you don't want to jump from a plane. He's like, no, I'm good.
No, I remember about, what was it about? This probably been about 12 years, but I remember back then went to my friend's place in Nashville, and it was like the spring or summer, and we were there was a place where they emptied a reservoir and you could jump off rocks and things there. and there was like a 30-foot cliff, and my friend's like, "You're jumping off the cliff." I'm just like, "We'll see." And he's like, "No, you're doing it." I'm just like, "Wonderful peer pressure." And so he's like, "Come on, man, come on." I'm just like, "Fuck you." And I did it, and it's one of those surreal moments I'll never forget it, because it's just kind of like you jump off, and you're used to a certain amount of time, like where you jump
Hmm.
and you land, and then when you don't, you're like, I'm still in the air. It doesn't feel right. This does not feel.
Because there's that moment of excitement, and then like, oh, I haven't hit the water yet.
Yeah. And so that terrified me, and like, like luckily I landed properly, didn't like twist or anything in the air, but still, like, I landed in the water and like shot up to the surface. It's, oh dude, it was just kind of like, all right, that was the first and last time I'm doing this. I'm good, guys. I'm just gonna sit here in the water.
No, I've always told my kids there's no sense in living unless you fucking live, man. And I know a lot of parents are not that way. They want their kids safe. They want their kids not to do those dangerous things. I'm like, go fucking jump off that cliff. I don't know. I don't know. I love that kind of shit. But looking back, I probably shouldn't have. you know, eh. I haven't been hurt though, so and you haven't been hurt doing any of those things, but
Yeah. So
yeah, there's actually one thing I will not do is bungee jumping. I will not do bungee jumping. It's the jerking motion that it does with the cord. I think it would give me a migraine.
okay.
I cannot do jumping. There's just no way. Just that jerk. Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I used to live in Tennessee. There was a place that you could, like, that's all they would do is bungee jump. That's all that would happen, is just that, like, forever. I think they finally took down the bungee jumping tower like years ago. And what was really fucked up is like there were two sides to it. There was like, one side and like one left, one right. And then
Hmm.
after a while, only they were only doing one side, not the other. And I never knew why. And I was just kind of like, probably somebody just didn't make it back up, and they had to cut off. They had to just not use that side anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And being younger, I mean, I'm trying to think if my dad did anything really daredevilish, and I don't think he did, to be honest. I really don't think he did. And neither did my mom. So I don't know where I got it from. Except my dad always just had that attitude of do whatever you want.
Hmm. Yeah,
Don't have regrets kind of thing.
yeah, yeah.
And I never cared if I died or not. That's a big thing. Like I knew there was that element of you could jump out of this plane and die. You could go down in this water and you could die. And okay, it's I could walk out of my house and get hit by a car and die.
Yeah. And
So
actually, that these days, that's probably like you have a higher statistic of that happening to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't like purposely put myself in those situations where I might get hurt, but I'm not going to limit what I want to do. I want to go paragliding. I haven't done that. I have done parasailing, which is where you're attached to the boat.
Hmm.
But I have not gone paragliding where, you're off on your own. I also would love to learn how to fly an ultralight.
Oh, nice.
That is like because I'm looking, I'll be 50 fucking next year. So I mean, I got to think of my next, big thing, right?
Hmm.
So I'm like, do I want to get my motorcycle's license? Do I want to start working on my pilot's license? Or which my eyes are pretty bad, so I probably shouldn't do that. Or do I want to start flying an ultralight? Believe it or not, ultralights are not licensed under the FCC. You do not have to have a license to fly an ultralight. I kid you not.
That's interesting.
I could buy an ultralight off of eBay and fucking fly it tomorrow. There are no laws that regulate an ultralight.
I think it's because they don't have an engine, right? Like they just
They're
glide.
very small. It's like a an engine you might get on a lawnmower, just enough to get you up in the fucking air. And then that's it.
Gotcha.
And a lot of it's gliding. Yeah. And you never go high enough to where it has to be covered by the FCC. So you don't interfere with actual flight plans. So that's why it's not covered by the FCC. Now they recommend you take classes and learn how to land and shit like that with an ultralight, but it's not a requirement. There is no license that you have to get.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah, no, I've like looked it up. I'm like, I might fucking be flying an ultralight. I don't know. I kind of want my motorcycle license too, though.
I mean, do what you want to do. But yeah, the ultralight sounds like fun.
Doesn't it though?
Oh, it does. It does. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. It's the thing with the age coming on. You know, I watched you had talked one of the last times that we had a podcast, you had talked about Cabinet of Curiosities. It was that
Oh yeah. Guillermo del Toro
yep.
show on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, and I finally got around to watching it. There was one of those episodes that I swear to God spoke to me like nobody's business. And it was The Outside. It was about that woman who felt like she was like the frumpy, ugly, just like mousy woman at work, and the popular girls or the beautiful women didn't like her. And she and her husband loved her. That's the thing. Her husband loved her, but she was willing to do anything to look better. Oh my God, that shit spoke to me. I don't think guys realize how much, well, some women, not all women, because some women are smarter than me, but how some women go out of their way to pay for shit to look better. I mean, I kid you not, in the last year alone, I have probably spent about $5,000 in Botox. I get God, every time I go to get Botox, it's like $1,700, if not more. Yeah, and I go 2-3 times a year. And it all started probably about 8 or 9 years ago. I used to always think I thought I looked okay. I thought I looked pretty good. I was going to the tanning bed. So I had a nice tan going on. But of course, the tanning bed dries your skin out, right? Well, I was in my mid 30s. No, actually, I was almost 40. I was around, might have been right over 40. And so, of course, with my age, I'm getting like little wrinkles, and shit like that. And I had those fucking, have you ever looked at people and you saw those big, deep fucking lines in between their eyebrows? They call them like 11 lines or whatever. So I had that like really bad. Like I was constantly scowling, but I thought I looked good. And I had gone to the dermatologist who also does Botox and shit like that. But I had gone to him because this is terrible. Out of the blue, I don't even know where the fuck this shit came from, but I had a skin tag that grew off my fucking nipple. I don't know fucking why. I am not even, dude, it was like this 1/4 inch long right off my nipple. I'm like, it wasn't even like on my tit, or it was off my nipple. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it seemed like it appeared overnight, right? Like this fucking shit appeared overnight. So I had to go to this dermatologist and I'm like, look at what is on my nipple. I mean, like, what the fuck is going on here? And he's like, oh, it's just a skin tag. Yeah, I don't know. He said some kind of medical term. But and he had to lance it off. So like he lanced this shit off my nipple. And while we were there, he goes, have you been going to the tanning bed? And I'm like, yeah, I've been going to tanning bed, getting a nice tan. And he said, well, it's drying your face out and it's causing more wrinkles. And I was like, oh, I didn't think I looked that bad. And he goes, well, but the more you go to the tanning bed, the more noticeable it'll be. And this motherfucker, oh my God, I'm like having flashbacks right now because I'm sitting there. He literally takes his hand and waves it like in my face and goes, whenever you want to fix this, you let me know.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like still in that goddamn gown because I just had my nipple lanced, and I'm like, I thought I looked good up until that point. You know, I'm in my early 40s. Actually, that was after my last relationship, so I wasn't dating anybody, and I'm just like, oh my fucking God, what's wrong with my face? But so then I started focusing, and I'm like, oh my God, I need this and I need that and I need this. So there's this company. Have you ever heard of Groupon's?
Yep.
Have you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's Groupons were out there. For those that don't know Groupon, it's Groupon.com, Groupon, Groupon.com. You can get discounts off of restaurants and activities, health and beauty. And there was a discount for Botox and filler. And I thought, okay, so I'll get Botox between my eyebrows and I'll get like filler in my lips and shit like that. And I thought, I'm going to look better. I'm going to look better. You know, here I am, a single woman in her early 40s. This doctor just waved his fucking hand in my face like I'm this ugly fucking bitch. You know, you won't fix this shit. And I thought, I'm going to go. But Groupon, it was like $250. So you're saving like $500, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go and I'm sitting in this waiting room and at this doctor's office. And I'm like, they have this big water fountain that was dried up. So it was like this dried water fountain with these water streaks. And I got this old man sitting there and I hear a baby crying. I'm like, what kind of place am I for this goddamn Botox, right? But I already paid my Groupon. I want my $250 worth. So I go back to the room. Turns out this is a family practice physician because anybody, and I didn't know this, but anybody, dermatologist, my dentist, I don't go to her, my dentist in Decatur, they can do fucking Botox. Dermatologist, dentist, family, you know, anybody can fucking do Botox if you have, you just got to go to like take a class or some shit like that. If you got a medical license.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that some crazy shit?
I mean, it is, but also like it's blown up over the past few years as a big industry. So I assume they have to streamline the training and the access to what it is. And I mean, you are basically filling your face with poison because of this botulism toxin. And if that leaks into your veins or whatever like that, you're kind of screwed.
Yep. And so that's what I did. I went to her and she put Botox. I got it between my eyebrows, but then I had the filler too. And she filled my lips up and I had her try to do my jawline. Huge mistake. Had her try to do my jawline to define my jaw a little more. And my lips hurt so fucking bad. And I've never had this kind of shit before, okay? Nobody ever told me don't massage your lips. Okay, don't rub your lips. My lips became so uneven. Like the one side was really small and the other, because filler is literally this shit that they put in your lips to plump them up. Well, by me touching my mouth and being like, oh my God, this shit fucking hurts, it kind of redistributed where the filler was. So I had like one side that was really fucking big and the other side that was small. My fucking mouth was bruised. My forehead was bruised. I'm like, I'm fucking dying. And I stand in front of providers, doctors and nurses and teach. And it just so happened like a day or two later, I had to teach this couple of doctors. And oh God, my fucking mouth hurt so bad. It was so big. And these doctors are just kind of looking at me and they're talking to each other. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I got my mouth. I got filler because it looks like somebody punched me in my fucking mouth, and the one side was all swollen up. And and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And um and they said, oh, you got your lips done. And I said, yeah, can you tell? And they're like, yeah, we can tell. Well, they happen to be plastic surgeons, and they wanted to know who I went to to get my fucking lips done. And I had to explain, well, I got a Groupon. So I ended up going to a different doctor, a dermatologist. And this dude looks at me and he's like, well, I can put some stuff in your lips to try to dissolve it, or I can try to put more in there to even it out. And I'm like, well, fuck, I wanted the big, pretty, pouty lips. I don't want you to dissolve the shit. So I said, put more in there. Oh, dear God in heaven. Like, I'm got chills right now. My mouth was so big and it hurt so bad. And he never could get it to even out. And he's like, well, this is going to last for like 6 to 9 months. And I'm just like, oh, God. Yeah. So my mouth was like bigger than fuck for all that time. But I wasn't done, right? Because I want to be beautiful. And so I found a plastic surgeon in Fort Wayne, close to where I live. And he did Botox in between my eyebrows, my forehead, my crow's feet, and he did filler in between my eyebrows to kind of fill out those lines. And he had to rub it to kind of even out, because again, filler is exactly what it says. It's a filler. And he had to rub in between my eyebrows to kind of spread out the product to kind of fill it out. I had this big fucking bruise in between my goddamn eyebrows. When I started this job, it was flat. You couldn't see the crease, but I had this big fucking bruise. And I thought, okay, well, we can do better, right? And then I heard of this all therapy. So all therapy, it is this machine that they will do on your neck and your face to stimulate the collagen underneath your first layer of skin. And I'm like, all right, so we'll try this. This is like another 25 or $3,000. It was somewhere up there. I don't even know how much I've spent anymore. And so I go to this person in Columbus, Ohio. And one of the things that I had read was they're not supposed to do it under your eyes. And one of the big things I have an issue with still to this day, I'm like on the fence about getting that surgery for under the eyes. Mm-hmm. She did it under my eyes. Well, what happened, and I have pictures on Facebook from way back when, my entire face ballooned up when she did this all therapy, but the one side wasn't as big. So if you look at me at certain angles in certain pictures, it looks like I had a fucking stroke, because the one side of my face, it's not as full as the other. And because she did it under my eyes, even though she wasn't supposed to, it like enhanced the bags that are under my eyes. They were not as bad as they are now. But then after my face had swollen up and like went back down, it did look better. I mean, if you compare pictures of me from 9 years ago to now, it is an amazing fucking difference. It's a huge fucking difference. And so I don't regret doing it, but you want to talk about upkeep. Like I said, 2 to 3 times a year, it costs me $1,700 for Botox. I get Botox across my forehead, in between my eyebrows, my crow's feet, and in my upper lip. It's called the lip flip.
Well, have you? Do you go to somebody regularly now, the same person? So like you're not
no,
trying out any new people and like you being like, all right, well, this guy didn't work, gotta go to the next one kind of thing.
I don't do Groupon, but I'm from a very small town and I hate to drive 40 minutes to go to the north side of the next town to go get it done. So these beauty salons in our town will often do like the pop-up Botox things, hey, we're going to have a Botox night. Come sign up. And that's what I do. Oh, and I get Botox under my arms too. So all thanks to this guy. Now, I probably would have done it anyways. Eventually, I probably would have gotten to that point. But I'll tell you, when that doctor waved his hand in my motherfucking face and said, "You want to fix this? You let me know." It wasn't until that point that I really looked in the mirror and I thought, oh my God, you're showing your age. Now, I never went back to that guy. If his idea was, I'm going to insult this woman and make her feel bad about herself so I can make money off of her, that didn't work. I just went elsewhere. I have never stepped foot back in that office because the way he handled himself, I thought was terrible. But yeah, when I watched that episode, The Outside, and in the Cabinet of Curiosities, and she was doing anything and everything and slathering that cream on and like put it on her face, even though her fucking skin was looking like it was melting off. I'm like, I'd be that bitch. I would fucking be that bitch. I would be like, yep, give me more.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be alone. I know a lot of women who would probably follow that and do it, And I mean, I understand it, but also it's kind of like, as a guy, it's kind of like, I don't want to, I'm not gonna do Botox on those things. It's kind of like, I'm just gonna try to lose weight and become healthy and not,
And you know what? If you did do Botox, I wouldn't like that. If a guy went and did it, I would be like, ugh, why are you doing Botox? But
yeah.
It's for me, it's strictly a female thing. And yeah, I mean, I like the coloring of the hair. If I'm see a guy and he has gray in his hair, that can be sexy as fuck. Or even if they're bald, that can be fucking sexy. I don't want to see a guy coloring his hair and going to the tanning bed and getting Botox. That shit, I don't like that. That is not sexy to me. I don't like.
But here's the thing.
All.
Here's the thing. Say a guy. Well, okay. Could you? I mean, could you tell somebody if somebody did Botox? Could you tell, like, if a guy did it or whatever?
It depends on how much. I do it pretty aggressively, but I still not as much as I see other women do. My face still moves. So, it depends on how much Botox they did.
You can still emote unlike other women.
Exactly. I could still smile and scowl and all of that. Yeah.
Have you? Well, I mean, when you've gone to get it done, have you ever seen a guy there who's done it? Like just one in the group or two in the group who are there doing it?
No, it's always been women. And it's one of those funny things, like, and I've heard this before. Women do this shit, the clothes they wear, the makeup they wear. It's for other women. It's to feel good about ourselves, and it's for the other women. Because a lot of guys, I mean, do you really give a shit how much makeup or how much Botox somebody has in their face? It just... I mean, a lot of guys.
It's one of those things. Like if it's a lot, it's an off-putting amount. Like some of those plastic surgeries that have gone wrong, kind of thing. You're just like no, thank you. It's like I don't want any part of that.
I'm afraid to kiss those lips.
Yeah, they might deflate or something. I don't need that kind of problems. So
don't squeeze that tit too hard because it might pop.
That's true as well. Speaking of that. When last time we were at Horror Hound, last March, I think, there was a woman who was walking around with giant basketball tits.
Oh God!
Like they were. It was like a circus thing. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, lady?
That sounds painful. That sounds painful.
It's one of those things where everybody turned around to watch her leave, but it was one of those things like we were grossed out. It's like that's not attractive. We really looked at her because she was the only one there that looked like that, and she was just like walking through the hall, and it's like nobody no guy finds that attractive because it's too far to the extreme. Like it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, when they're like that, especially because I have seen women that have had implants that you're kind of like, are those real? That's what I like. Where yeah, it looks great and I can't tell if it's fake or not. But the ones that are obviously fake, I don't think that's attractive at all.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, when you
Mm.
when you get to that like fucking like
Basketballs.
like the basketball size or like just like an unnatural like an obviously a natural kind of look, it's kind of like, yeah, that's not attractive.
Mm,
I'm sorry. No,
mm.
sorry, no.
No, I wouldn't think so. And that would have to hurt. I mean, because your skin has to stretch
Hmm.
to accommodate them. Um, and then depending on the weight of them, God, I feel bad for her back. I'm like, I'm thinking of her back and shit like that. Not that I wouldn't like bigger, firmer tits, but I mean, it's not like I'm an A cup. So I think I'm all right. I could do without basketball tits.
Yeah, I mean, I assume I assume she understood that choice and she made it. She's like, whatever I want. It's like, okay, go
Yeah.
do what you want.
Well, and some women, it's the attention. Like I have seen, because I don't do the fake eyelashes either. So I have in the past. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my hair is dyed, my two front teeth are capped, but that's because they were broken off when I was 5. So they have to be capped because otherwise I'd have no teeth. Um, I get Botox on my forehead, between my eyebrows, crow's feet, lips, under the arms. Um, I go to the tanning bed, not as much as I used to, but I do go to the tanning bed. So like I am fake. I put makeup on. I have that fake persona, but I see some of these girls, man, they got those big fake eyelashes that I'm thinking, how the fuck could you see? It looks like you got like these big ass feathers on your eyes. I don't think that's attractive. It's one thing to thicken your eyelashes or maybe have a little bit, but some of them, man, it's like
Yeah.
huge.
When a girl looks like a drag queen, no, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm sorry. No, no, thank you.
Actually, I've watched drag queen tutorials for makeup tips. They have some great makeup tips. If you ever want to know how to cover imperfections in your face, watch drag queen tutorials. They have them on Amazon. And literally, they will sit there and they will just like, they'll go from a male look to the drag queen look. And oh my God, some of them are amazing. I'm like, how the fuck did you cover up that beard?
I mean, that sounds impressive. That really does.
It is. It
You
was
know, but it's
impressive.
just kind of like, yeah, that's not what I'm into. But good for them. They can, they can do that. That's really amazing.
But
Um,
yeah, these women, I just the fake tits, the like you said, the basketball size, the obvious fake tits. I don't care for that. I I would like my tits to be lifted, uh, but I don't think I would go with the fake tit route. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because some are very, very well done, but I don't think I'd want anybody to know they were fake. I like with the Botox. She always asked me, she goes, "Do you want me to go more aggressive?" And I said, "Yes, but I want it to look natural." It takes a lot of money for me to look very average. I look very average. But if you look at pictures of me, like that picture that I just posted on Facebook, and Instagram, that was 2 days ago. That
okay, all
that
right.
that was 2 days ago. So I don't look like somebody that put like $1,700 into their face 2 months ago. I know you're probably thinking, damn, you'd think she'd look better, but because I don't like the fake look.
Yeah, and yeah, and I think like people can tell it at a certain point when you do it like too aggressively. It's like, oh, like when you can't smile or laugh or talk too well, it's like you've done it too aggressively.
Yep, yep. Nope, nope. The only other thing I think I might do, and I'm still going back and forth with it, I'm watching videos, I'm researching it, is the bags under my eyes. Um, and I've gone to a couple different places to get different opinions. One guy said he would do injections under my eyes, like a filler that would fill out the areas where around the bags. And I'm like, well, then it would just look like a really puffy, right? You can't see the it would just be really puffy. And then the one plastic surgeon in Fort Wayne, who's very well known, he actually does corrections on children that have like cleft palates and shit like that. He's very good. He recommended actually having the bags removed, and I just am not there yet. I just, to have my face actually cut on for vanity, I just can't do it, because what they would have to do is an incision. He would actually cut right below my lash line and open my skin and pull out those fat bags and then stitch it back up. And I'm like, I'm just not there yet. I'm not there. As much as I would like to have my eyes not be so puffy, I'm just not there yet.
Yeah, that sounds unpleasant. That really does.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you want to cut my? Where do you want to cut?
Yeah, that's.
You want to put a scalpel where?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you better be all the way under. You don't want to jerk or anything like that. And like, while he's like, trying to.
Well, he did it to his wife. His wife actually works at the office. She's one of his nurses.
Well,
and I mean, he did her eyes.
To be honest, this guy sounds like the guy you'd go to for that procedure. If he does it on his wife and the wife looks good and there's no problem and she trusts him, there's your good recommendation right there.
Yep. Because I asked her, I was looking at her one day. I didn't even know it was his wife, and I'm like, we were talking about it, and I said, because her under her eyes, it was absolutely flat and it looked great. And I said, have you had it done? And she goes, yeah, I did. It wasn't until later on I found out that was his wife. I was like, okay. I might, but I'm just not there yet, because the other thing, there's a lot of recovery. He told me, he goes, well, if you're dating anybody, it's going to look like that you were beat. Because like you get black eyes and shit, because they, they are fucking with your eyes, and they.
Yeah, maybe do one week and then one the other.
Yeah. He said, you'll end up with two black eyes, and people are gonna think you were beaten on. He goes, so you'll want to stay home for a few weeks. I'm like, damn. God. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm very vain. I've had LASIK twice. So that's that laser eye surgery. So don't have to wear contacts. I've had that twice. Second time, my eyes were a little fucked up. I still have trouble with my right eye. But I'm vain. I am one of the vainest people you will ever fucking meet. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I want anybody cutting under my eye and pulling those fat bags out. I'm trying hemorrhoid cream under my eyes. Because that's supposed to help,
I've heard that.
Yeah, Preparation H shrinks hemorrhoids. But my problem was, like, the Preparation H I got was the kind that had like the menthol or whatever. So I'm like putting that shit up by my eyes. My eyes are watering.
Yeah, you're just constantly crying for no reason. It's like, I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to work.
So I'm like, well, that didn't work for me. So I'm still trying to not look my age, but yeah, 49 fucking years old. 49. Kathy's working. Kathy will be working, so I'll be alone for my birthday. Damn. But I did post on Facebook. I'm like, does anybody want to go out? I didn't say it was my birthday. I'm so sad. I ain't got no friends. Anybody want to go out? I didn't say that. But I did say, and of course, then, you get like the normal, I don't know why. I guess I get why they do it, but I get a lot of strangers in my inbox. Hey, beautiful. Hey, what you doing? I archive it all. If I don't know who you are, I just archive it. If you ain't talking to me about a movie, I just archive that shit.
There you go.
I'm like, oh, what's your Cash App? I'll send you $3,500. And then I
Oh
archive it.
God.
No, seriously, what's your Cash App? And I archive it. No, I really want to send you. No, I archive it. I'm like, delete, block. I don't know you, dude.
Yeah,
You
that's
keep your
the
money.
oh God, that's a whole other podcast of that bullshit. It's like I think like that's a new thing to do, and I'm just like I'm not sending some random person money. That's weird.
Why
That's
would you?
that's
Why? I mean, I yeah, yeah.
apparently like girls will have their Cash App and then their Venmo like name or whatever in their bio of like Tinder or Bumble or Hinge. Like that's the thing to do. And apparently to get their attention is you send them $5 for like coffee or breakfast or some shit like that. That's the
Well,
thing.
and we have talked about that before. I'm just not that person, but I have friends who like would get money to get their nails done, get pedicures, manicures, pay their bills and shit. I've just never been into that shit. You know, yeah, that's just not my thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, scrolling through those dating apps that I've been on multiple times, that's the thing, and I'm just like, I don't get it, and I don't condone it, and I think it's retarded. It's just like
Yeah.
I I don't need to talk to somebody that badly, or
Yeah.
I don't need to spend money on like 20 different people to get them to talk to me or whatever, just to get them. It's not. I just don't like it, nor do I care for it. Really, it's just dumb. It's really dumb.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. But then again, I'm the fucking bitch sitting here paying for shit all myself, and my friends get shit paid for them. Maybe they're the smart ones. I don't know. I'm like,
Uh,
God.
yeah. Well,
I'm all like, I don't need your money.
well now that our lovely government is taxing all the transfers between Venmo and Cash App and PayPal and everything
Are
else.
they
So that's
really?
yeah, as of
No shit.
yeah, as of the beginning of this year in January they passed that law.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
all these places will start sending you a statement now saying you owe this much to the government. I think it's over
Oh
if it's
God.
over $600, they'll give you like a 1041 or
Oh
1099 or whatever the hell it is or
Jesus.
something. So
That is ridiculous.
yeah,
Okay.
it's dumb. It's just their way of extracting more money out of us. It's dumb.
I know. And actually that makes this is really off topic, but I still haven't addressed this audit that I was supposed to respond to back in August. So the government really needs money. Well, they're gonna just want money from me. So I'm like, I'll worry about that later. And before I know it, now it's November. I'm like, fuck. I'm so glad there's no debtor's prison because they fucking be putting me in there. Now they'll probably want about 3-4 grand from me. That's probably I actually got
Well,
to find that. Actually, I
well,
really do
yeah,
need to
from
respond.
what I've heard, they'll give you a good payment plan, so you'll be fine.
No, I'll just pay. It's usually not much. It's usually about 3-4 grand. The IRS audits me every year because obviously I can't do taxes. I got to make an appointment with a lawyer. I'm going to be honest. I know exactly what I did. With the federal government, I filed with an LLC. So my taxes have always been filed as an LLC for my Dyer group.
Mm-hmm.
With the state, it's incorporated. So when I file taxes and they come through federal government, LLC, and then the state looks at it and they're like, well, with us, you have a corporation with a president, a vice president, and all of that. It doesn't match. I've been audited every year for the last 7 years. I just am lazy. I just haven't gone to a
Yeah, you need to
lawyer.
call up a lawyer and
I
get it
just
worked
haven't
out.
gone to a lawyer to get it fixed. I'm like, God damn it. How am I so stupid? But yeah, that's all it is. One says Dyer Group LLC, the other's Dyer Group Incorporated. And one the state expects it to be an S corp, and federal government it's an LLC. So it's two different tax brackets.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm all fucked up. That's why I'm like this last audit. I'm like, I just don't care no more. Just don't care. Leave me alone.
Jeez. I don't blame you. Yeah, Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that for my birthday. I don't know. Since I ain't got no other plans, I guess I'll sit there and finally pull out all the receipts they want.
That's what you do for your birthday. You're gonna do your taxes. Good God. I
Well,
mean, I
there
hope
ain't
I hope you have somebody who's going to, take you out or something that day. That's yeah.
no, probably not.
Ah, jeez.
Kathy's working. She'd be the only one that would take me out. So we can record podcast that day.
Okay, fine. We'll
Uh,
we'll probably do that. We'll probably do that.
yeah, because Kathy had already said, maybe Monday we can go out, but no, my birthday's on Tuesday, so it's all right. I've said before, I hate birthdays and holidays, so it's all good. It's all good. At least this year, I remember how old I am. Fucking 49.
Yep.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I guess I need to start lying about my age, don't I? I'll be 39.
I mean, if you want to, it's fine.
Let me get some more Botox. And then they actually had a Botox thing today, and I was going to go, but I want the lip flip. And what they do is they put Botox in your upper lip so that it relaxes those lines that we get in our upper lip. And it actually causes me to drool a little bit for a while, and I can't form words very well. And I was like, God damn it, I have to record with Nick, so I can't get this Botox in my upper lip. So I didn't get it.
Oh man, I mean, it would have made for a very funny podcast, I think.
Oh yeah, because I actually and she'll tell you, she's like, well, you'll have trouble forming words for a while because basically, like you said, it's poison. So they're immobilizing my upper lip until it relaxes a little bit and I can move it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's jeez.
But it looks so good. You can't see the lines, and it gives it like a little flip, a little lift. Maybe I'll do that for my birthday. I'll have to drive to Fort Wayne though.
Well, at least it's better than doing taxes. So that's
I know.
probably,
I really need to. I actually just thought they would send me a bill. There was a couple things I claimed on my taxes because I own a commercial building, and they don't seem to realize that I actually do have a business where I need, to claim some of these things, and they keep trying to deny shit and changing the laws. So I'm just like, just send me a bill. And they haven't sent a bill, so I don't know what they're doing. They must be waiting for me and just piling up what they're probably doing is just waiting for my response, and they're just going to charge me interest.
Yeah, very
that's all they're doing.
Piling up the penalties and just
Yep.
And then they're gonna hit you with all of that, and just give you payment plan for interest and all kinds of other stuff as well, and just who knows?
Yeah, I need to get that done. Now I'm really thinking about it. I'll probably fucking do that this weekend. Actually, I really do need to find that paperwork. I mean, who the fuck else can say they've been audited 7 times in a row?
Jeez.
And that's commonplace. We're friends. I don't even think anything of it. I'm like, oh, look, another audit.
That's our regular. Like, there's gonna be one year where you don't get audited, and you'll be worried. It's like, what happened? Why am I not getting audited?
Exactly. Are you okay? I just wanted to check on you.
Did you send it and it didn't get through? I didn't get audited this year. I don't know what's happening.
Oh shit. Oh God, no. I'll get my shit together. I'll get my shit together because again, I'll be 50 next year, and I got goals for when I'm 50, and I can't have this shit like hanging over my head.
No, you got to get your motorcycle license. You can't be audited to have a
I
motorcycle
know.
license.
I really think that's what I want to do. And my dad didn't want me to get my motorcycle. My dad, well, there's a lot of things my dad didn't want me to do. One of my dreams when I was little, I wanted to be a female bodybuilder. I kid you not, like those big muscular women that lifted weights. That was like my dream when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. I wanted to be a female bodybuilder.
Nice.
And my dad was livid. I'm not even going to tell you the words he used.
Jeez.
But that was not something that I would be allowed to do. And the other thing I wanted to do was to get my motorcycle's license in high school, and he hit the roof on that one because motorcycles are so dangerous. And here I am, nearly 50 years old. I'm like, well, my dad never wanted me to get my motorcycle's license. Yeah, I mean, the dude's been dead for like 18 years, and I still don't have my motorcycle's license. And I absolutely could do weightlifting. I should. Of course, now I'm all fat and frumpy, but maybe that'll help.
Just burn it off with the weightlifting. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I could be a bodybuilder now. It'll take me a little bit longer, but I could absolutely do my motorcycle's license. Actually, there's a lot of women in the town that I'm at that do have their motorcycle's license. A lot of them.
So you can join the gang then. That's good.
I can jump on our Harleys and just take off. That's right.
By the way, anybody who has a Harley, never tell them it's made in China. They get really mad about that. Yeah,
Oh,
because well, I mean the way it is that 49% is made in China, 51% is made in the US, but they get mad when you tell them that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like with these new trash cans that we were forced to get. And they got stickers on them that say made in Mexico. I'm like, we are like, this is Indiana. We are so hardcore Republican. And I'm like, do you guys realize this was made in Mexico? You got a sticker right on there. No, you must use this trash can that we're going to charge you for.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Anything to make a buck.
Actually, they're pretty nice trash cans. I'm going to be honest. They are actually really nice. But it's like a rental thing. You'll never have it paid off. I could have this trash can for 20 years and they're still going to charge me that monthly fee. That irritates me.
Yeah, I mean that's like what is it? The cable company is like they give you for the internet, they give you the modem that you you pay $5 a month to rent. It's so strange.
Yep. That you never pay off. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. Don't like it.
Oh, I'm not either. Not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, birthdays are coming, holidays are coming.
Yeah, just the time of the year.
It is. I hate this time of the year. I get so depressed. I got one of those fucking lights that you can like plug in. It's supposed to give you like that ultraviolet light or whatever. And I'll sit it on my desk and I'll just sit here in that light while I'm working, per se. While I air quote work.
There you go.
And put that light on me. I fucking hate this time of year. It's dark when I get up. It's dark when I go to bed. God, I couldn't live in Alaska. I'll tell you that.
Oh, 6 months of darkness? Yeah, no.
Oh, Jesus. I would be so depressed by the time I left that state.
Yeah, not gonna. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. It would be terrible.
No. So do you have big plans for Thanksgiving?
No, I mean, just
family.
just family come. I think family's coming over. Doing the Thanksgiving thing. We cook a bunch of stuff. Everybody comes over. We have a good time. We walk on eggshells for everybody. This way, there's no too much fighting. So, that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a normal Thanksgiving, and hopefully it's normal. That's what I pray for every year. Is kind of like just like, all right, nobody drinks too much. The people who need to drink, drink. The people who don't need to drink, don't drink too much, kind of thing. It's just like just keep it even, and it's I think Thanksgiving for me is like a UN meeting. It's like just come in, say your piece, do what you got to do, and then fuck off.
Yeah,
then really fuck off.
Exactly.
Get
your
home,
food and leave.
Like get home safely, but just fuck off. Um, that's how I
Oh,
treat the holidays. It's just kind of like they're a UN meeting. Like everybody comes
yep.
together in their fancy shit. They don't want to be there, but they have to.
Mm-hmm.
They have to
Yep.
cooperate, and then
Yep.
they'll leave. That's how I treat
Uh-huh.
the holidays.
Yep. I don't blame you. I don't. My son actually, we probably won't do much for Thanksgiving. My one son has to work, so it'll just be me and the other boy. We might go to my brother's. My brother's always good for some fun. So I don't know though.
Oh,
Not
I
too
mean,
much going on this
yeah.
year.
I mean, hopefully, you got you at least have a little bit of something going.
Well, if anything, I'll get a little ham or something for me and the boys. But my my sister lives in another state, so
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah, yeah, and no, my other side of the family we don't talk. So
Yeah, that's
I only
always rough,
talk
man.
to a couple cousins, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, unfortunately my family's massive and we all have to like get together in one
Oh
area in one
God.
state all the time. It's just like 30 of us in one house. Like it's
Oh my God. I
yeah,
know families like that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's and just like I said, it's like a UN meeting. You just gotta
Yep.
speak very clearly and vaguely and just kind of move on.
People that you don't see for the majority of the year, now suddenly you're all thrown together. Yep.
Yeah, and and God, me being single in my 30s, I always get the, oh, well, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Do you have a fiance? It's like, nope, I'm just having fun, living life. I could give a shit.
And you know what the bad thing is? If you start dating somebody and you want to take her, they're just gonna like be
Oh no,
all
that would do
over
that would be
her.
that would be a nightmare, a fucking nightmare. Oh my God, that would
You
be,
better be sure you're serious about a girl if you're gonna take her to Thanksgiving.
or better, I'm not serious about her and torture her there by just leaving her
Oh,
there. It's like,
geez.
all right, you
See
get to
how
meet
she
my,
reacts.
oh, you get to meet my family. Oh, I want to take a phone call for 4 hours. Enjoy that.
See how she reacts.
That would be funny. That
Oh,
would be
God.
hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, because like it could. Yeah, because I could do both. If I really care about her, I'd bring her there. If I really don't care about her, I'd still bring her there. That would. Oh man,
Oh,
that'd be
this
really
will
fun.
make her leave.
And then somehow if I really didn't like her, convince her to come back for Christmas. Oh, that'd be funny. That would be
Oh,
epic.
God.
That'd be such a good troll. And then like
And if she comes back, she's a keeper.
and then like as we kiss on New Year's Eve, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work out. You need to get the fuck out of my apartment.
Oh, you're harsh.
Yeah, and just really be an asshole. Just really be an asshole.
Oh, God.
But I would
Oh,
have to I would have
God.
to really like really absolutely hate somebody to do that because that's cruel.
No, man, you'd probably find that girl that be like, "Oh, it's all good. I love your family. I can't wait to go back. When's Easter?
Oh jeez.
Or what other holiday? What's the next holiday?"
Valentine's.
Oh, God. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, that would be.
Then you wouldn't be able to get rid of her.
Oh jeez. I would need a crowbar or some other sort of device to get her off of me. Ugh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that'd be too much. I couldn't deal with that.
Oh, shit. But the holidays will be over soon, so, or at least
Yep.
Thanksgiving, and then we'll have to deal with Christmas.
Yeah, that mad dash to Christmas.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden after that, a few days later, New Year's.
Yep. Yep. I'm usually sitting at home. I have stories, but they're all from years ago.
Gotcha.
Most of them.
Yeah. Last year I tried to plan something to go out of state for New Year's. It just didn't work out. Like nothing, everything fell through for it. I was so pissed off.
Oh.
And I just didn't work out. But I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't bad. I mean, I got to spend time with family and things like that, at the end of it. But the idea was to go with friends and stuff and just really like kind of do it out. But yeah, it didn't happen. So
Hmm. It's all right once in a while.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Yep. Got anything else for this episode? Are we done?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Just I hope everybody has a good holiday. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you don't, then I just hope you have a great week and send us those questions. ericadyerpodcast at gmail.com.
Yep, and we'll see you next week.